just downloading the weather off satellite because there's no service here. But looks like it's gonna be a lot of motoring.
Yeah.
I'm just downloading. I only downloaded for 5 days because we're on satellite, but I'm trying to download 10 days just to see if there's any chance of more sailing, but I just don't think the weather forecasts are right here. It's going to be dictated very much by like temperature differentials between like the land and the water, so it seems to be like an onshore offshore breeze, like depending on the time of day. I think we just go. I think we'll get more sailing in than the models are predicting, because right now it's saying like 3.5 days to Mexico, and it's saying motoring like 3 days and 9 hours. So I don't think 3 hours of sailing. I think we'll be able to eke out more with light air sails and stuff like that. But I think it will be a significant portion of it will be motoring. So I'm definitely gonna like check the oil this morning and check the coolant levels. We're gonna strap the dinghy down, take the motor off just in case we had some heavier weather. I don't see any heavy weather, but there could be some squalls that will be 20, 25. So get the boat ready to go to sea as if we're going on a bigger passage. So yeah.
This is a cool spot, but it is time to go to Mexico. As you can see, it's a pretty gray day today, but that's actually not a bad thing because it makes it a lot less hot.
I don't know what the right strategy should be. I guess we should burn as little fuel as possible.
Yeah.
The whole time. I mean, I think we have enough to motor the whole way. Well, the sails are set and we are officially underway on our 450-mile passage from the northernmost part of Costa Rica to Chiapas, Mexico. Chiapas is the southernmost port of entry for Mexico, located right on the border of Guatemala. During this passage, we'll be transiting by a notorious stretch of coast where the papagayo winds can blow up to 50 knots. These gap winds can affect nearly the entire coast of Nicaragua and are caused as trade winds on the Caribbean side funnel down the mountainous terrain towards the Pacific Ocean. Luckily, we were transiting this area in the middle of May, and the strength of these winds has been greatly diminished.
Wow, they're big dolphins. So cute. There's a baby that has no spots right there. On the side of the water. Oh, that's the one speaking, I think. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. There's tons of them coming at us. This is wild.
They ride them on?
I have no idea. What is happening right now?
I'll tell you, they'll go over here.
Oh my god, they're jumping like over there. I don't think I got that one on film.
It's like a belly flop.
Yeah, it doesn't sound that comfortable. Crazy dolphins.
And just like that, we settled down for another night at sea. We've spent hundreds of nights out here, and yet it still remains a special time to us. It's a cozy time. Prepare dinner, turn on the nap lights, and get ready to start night watches. In fact, our boat's namesake is for these exact moments. Calico Skies is a Paul McCartney song written on Long Island, New York after the passing of a hurricane. Just Paul and an acoustic guitar writing about the beauty of the setting sun in the peaceful atmosphere of a departed storm. Drinking my morning coffee here. I would say this has been, morning, it's 11:44, but I would say it's been like the passage of sail changes. It's, the wind has been all over the place. We're back down to the code 0. I was really pushing to make it for Thursday night. We left Monday at 10 o'clock, but we have to maintain like a 6-knot average, which would be motoring for the next 300 miles. So I think we're opting just to sail it and get in Friday sometime. So you can see, speeds aren't great, close to 5 and 7 knots of wind. But we burn an awful lot of fuel to do 6 knots for the next 330 miles. So I think we take the relaxed approach and just sail it and change the sails during the squalls and enjoy the journey, as they say. Sea state in the Pacific's been pretty nice so far, knock on wood, so that's been different. The Pacifico, as they say, the peaceful ocean, so I'm kind of glad that's holding true, because, see, it's not that crazy out. Gently rolling. Code 0 up. We're probably off the coast of El Salvador right now, which is known to be kind of squally. I think that's why we have all these clouds. I think once we get up into Mexico, we should be kind of done with the tropical weather, which would be nice because the squalls last night were pretty intense. We took like a pretty big detour. I can show you guys the map. Probably like a 3 or 4 mile detour just to try to avoid a massive squall and a lot of lightning. No fun. I'm sure there'll be more of that tonight, so just fingers crossed everything goes well with that. And we get up into Mexico, into the desert where there shouldn't be much energy in the atmosphere anymore, so that'll be good. My wind's gone.
Where'd your wind?
I made peace of going slow. Watch your head there.
Oh.
Yeah, I might need to start motoring again. Bong.
Sorry, honey. You look kind of tired.
I don't think I felt that much last night.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of coffee. I guess I better stir this engine back up. We're just bobbing around out here now.
I just rolled out of bed. It's like noon. But I was up till 4. And oh, there's the blower. Yeah, I think it's definitely time that Bill get some sleep. But yeah, as you can see, it's pretty calm out here. They're kind of weird out here right now. The atmosphere is freaking me out. I have a bit of an active imagination, but it is kind of weird right now, right? We're over here.
Hopefully it's an easy night tonight.
No.
It's a little like it's gonna be thunderstormy.
I know. It's weird weather again. It was like bright and sunny, but it's been kind of hazy. Weird. And yeah, last night we obviously couldn't film that much because we don't have a camera that can film well in the dark, but yeah, those thunderstorms lasted for hours. Right? Yeah.
Once again, there's a ton of lightning around. Man, I'm not a big fan of this. I actually put a bunch of stuff in the oven, like our extra radio. Ready to go. A hard drive. Why am I putting the important electronics in the oven, you ask? In theory, the oven would act as a Faraday cage, electronically isolating the sensitive electronics in the event of a lightning strike. A theory I would rather not test. Doing a massive jog in and out, trying to get away from the worst of them.
Well, that was a long night. We were hoping for no squalls, but yeah, it turned out to be a lot of squalls, big squalls. I tried to go to bed at like 4 a.m. and I couldn't really sleep because there's just so much motion. And actually, it's like, it's pretty nerve-wracking. I mean, it's totally out of our control, but at the same time, you just keep thinking worst case scenarios, right? Because there's so much lightning. Bill's asleep. I think it's like 8 or 9. So he's gone down, and it's another gray day. But it's pleasant. I mean, after last night, it's just nice to not see lightning.
Once again, we are motoring. I've looked at the forecast, and there's not really much wind the rest of the trip looks like, so probably motoring the next like 48 hours. It's kind of a dead zone. dead maybe a little bit this afternoon, but I don't think so. So, c'est la vie. Got a little bit of sailing in. So far we've burned 7 plus 10, 17 gallons of diesel in about a day and a half. Actually 2 days, 48 hours. Burned 17 gallons of diesel, so not so bad. Kind of interesting thing, I was looking at this Cape index on predicted wind. So this index supposedly shows the volatility in the atmosphere. So I could see last night we were back here, and the volatility was very high, like red, as we sailed past this coast. Happy to see it sort of decreasing and going away for the remainder of our trip. So maybe we won't have as many heavy squalls and lightning. So lightning like last night was pretty intense. Like, I don't know, I probably saw like 100 strikes in a span of 10 minutes or something. It was pretty intense. So hopefully we're past that. We know the coast of El Salvador is the worst for that, and we're have about 40 miles up the back coastline before we're in Guatemala. So fingers crossed for tonight. I don't really want to deal with lightning anymore. Seems like the afternoon breeze is filled back in. Got about 7 over the deck, 7 or 8, doing 4s, not super fast, but that's what we were doing with the motor on. You can see code 0. I haven't had to put the ASIM up, just kind of taking it easy since we're trying to make a time of morning arrival. Okay, I got the code 0 up, started flying deep angle. Got our tweaker down to open up the bottom of it. Rather, got the tweaker on to open up the top of the sail. Close the top of the sail. I'm tired, I don't remember which one. Give it a better shape. I had a tweaker on to give it a better shape. Someone's steering the boat. We never steer the boat.
We both had narrations to do, so we turned off the autopilot and what else did we turn off? Yeah, hand steer. Because you'd be surprised, like every little noise gets picked up on the mic. So we turned off the blower, turned off the autopilot, turned off the fans, and then Bill just was steering because I had a lot more narrations to do than him. And no, I don't. Woohoo! I haven't sailed in so long.
Feel weird?
Kind of, but it comes back pretty easily.
Yeah. Final night on passage here. We're about 30 miles away. I think we're gonna try to make a nighttime arrival if the port captain will allow us. I'm not really sure. You have the radio ahead on that one. But the marina is apparently open 24/7, so we're just continuing on, hoping we get in. If not, we'll hove to offshore for a few hours until daylight arrives. Figured out that we know Delos is out here, and we know One Life is out here, and they don't know we're here. We were just chatting, that feels kind of wrong. So we left, we separated from everybody. We all left independently. Our friends on One Life were in Bay of Patasca, which is Honduras. Delos was up surfing, and we had no cell service, so we were not in contact with anyone before we left. But last night we heard One Life on the radio, radioing a ship. We couldn't get through to them. We tried. And Delos just popped on our AIS 15 miles away, and theirs is a stronger unit than ours, so they have no idea we're here, so creeping on everybody is kind of funny.
It's kind of weird, and we just calculated that, if they go 1 knot faster than us, which is, let's say, on average what they're going to do, because they can motor faster, and we've been motoring a lot, although we are sailing right now, but it will take them 15 hours going 1
not more
to even catch up with us. So we still might beat them in to Mexico.
We shall see. Because we were sailing at 5 knots, and we're doing mid-5s now. We have a code 0 out. I'm sure they don't have a code 0 up. So I have no idea where One Life is. I thought about rating them, but Yeah, I think they're probably much further away 'cause we're about 40 miles offshore still, and they left from onshore, so they're probably hugging the beach, whereas we're kind of out here, converging on the coast.
But it's crazy that like 15 miles doesn't feel that far to me.
Not in the grand scheme of like almost 500.
No.
I saw an AIS target. I saw 2 AIS targets. One I knew was a ship that was just chilling out there, but I saw like who is following our track exactly. It's a little creepy, but it was Delos. We are finally entering the fishing gear zone. Everyone is telling us watch out for all these long lines with a bunch of hooks baited in the middle. We haven't really seen any until tonight. We were pretty far offshore, probably 40, 50 miles an hour within like 7. And it's kind of interesting to see like 2 white lights strung for about, I don't know, maybe 100 yards, 200 yards. And the key is just picking which side of the white lights to go on. You don't want to go in the middle and catch the line as a prop. So it'll be a pretty diligent watch tonight now. There's always fishing gear in the water around us. But we're getting close. Well, we are officially in Mexico. We didn't get this on film, but we just radioed the port captain and he said, welcome. And now we're just a couple miles out trying to make our way into the harbor here and into the marina, but it's like midnight Mexico time, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We'll see who's awake. I just heard from Bill, and apparently they're all checked in. It took pretty much all day, but I'm on my way now to meet him and Brian, and hopefully Kaza and the rest of our friends for a drink, some margaritas to celebrate finally being in Mexico. Yeah, so here we go.